Aloha. Oh, mahalo. Aloha. Aloha, you're coming into my jungle. Mahalo. Hey, come on into my garden. And you love to go see. Wait, look at this, so gorgeous. Look at it. Oh, yeah, come. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh, how beautiful your garden is. Oh, my gosh. So pretty.
Aloha, everyone. You know, it's been 2.5 years, and all through the pandemic, I was missing each and every one of you, thinking, oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to come back into the Healing Garden with the Iwalani's Foundation. I really want to thank Formidabless and all of the great values of this facelift that I've been using. Can you tell? Anyway, we're going to talk more about Formidabless because I have been really blessed throughout the years of good health and wellness. And it really excites me because the last person that I interviewed was a fantastic, amazing, she's a composer, she's a designer, and I mean literally, her clothes, her jewelry, she's been around the world. We've been through Rarotonga together, we've been to Tahiti together, she's been all through Europe, she's been through all of Polynesia, the list goes on. She's performed with the very best entertainers around the world. Dolly Parton even seeked her out. She's been on the Opry, Grand Opry, she's been on, oh, Melveen, what else you been on? I mean, oh my God, the list goes on. Carnegie Hall. And she has her own program every Sunday that she gives out free, absolutely free, her own concert. She has to be the most generous person that I know. We go out and she's wearing all her jewelry. I know she's not going to give out that one, but she wears all her jewelry. And somebody makes a compliment, she goes, oh yeah, thank you very much. And she gives, and I'm in shock. She makes all her jewelry and she is extremely kind. She has her own artwork, a designer. I can go on. I mean, I don't even know if I have enough time in this program to describe her. But you know, Mel, it hasn't always been so glamorous for you. You know, we go back a long time and we've shared our stories, and I'm going to tear up. But you know, you were raised with your grandparents, and now being a grandparent, you're amazing as a grandparent. And I think it was the training of your grandparents. You want to share about that, please?
Yeah, when I was born here on Oahu, and my grandparents, my mother was only 17 years old. She was too young to have a child in those days. Yeah?
Yes.
So my grandparents helped her by taking me under their wing and raised me with my uncles and aunties.
Wow.
They had 11 children.
Wow, you were the punahele,
I was the pet.
Yes.
But the values cannot be, you know, you just can't, I can't explain to you how wonderful that I was raised on Molokai. I'd hate to think the thought of being raised in the city without knowing already what I've been through with my country type of training, upbringing. And it's because we ate off the land, off the sea, you know, and the mountains. So I know how to hunt, I know how to dive, I know how to fish, I know how to grow my own vegetables, I know how to do everything. I know how to slaughter even a deer. You know
and you cook phenomenally, oh my gosh.
Well, cook. I know how to make something out of nothing.
Yes.
And I know how to expand the dish to feed a lot of people out of a small little dish, you know what I mean? So I learned all of that, and I know how to we had hand-me-down clothes. So my grandmother had one of those pump sewing machines.
Yes.
I used to take it all apart and put it together and design my own clothes, and I wore my own clothes to school.
And that's the reason why you are who you are today. There's nothing that I've seen you wear twice. I mean, you know, every time you walk out of your house, I'm going like,
well, I'll tell you what, I learned a lesson years ago in high school, my junior year. I went to a prom, and in those days we got our gowns from Sears Roebuck or Margot's, remember? And so this girl had the same gown that I had on. So I went into the bathroom, ripped off the rose, took off the shawl and everything, and I came back and I felt like a new woman. You know?
Awesome.
So I learned from that experience, never wear something else that somebody else has, you know what I mean? And if you see it, reinvent the whole thing and make it look different.
Well, you know, my first prom was my mother's drapes. So, you know, I'm the fifth girl, and my sisters are petite, and, you know, I couldn't wear any of their gowns. And so my mother took drapes down, and she made like Cleopatra. I felt really honored with myself, you know, and it was, like you said, one of a kind. But that's somewhere upbringing. And I believe, too, Mel, because I see how you are with your grandchildren. Because you had such a rich, I'm going to say rich, because it's not about dollar rich, it's the value rich. And that's the reason why you're so great and loving to your grandchildren. You know, you got to talk to them every day and say
Every
goodnight
day.
every night. You know, I
Every day.
mean, two beautiful, talented young girls, and they're amazing, just amazing. But it comes from you too, though, because you instilled that in them.
Yes, and you know, but sometimes the younger generation now is so different. You know, their attitudes, their way of thinking is different because it's modernized, and they don't have. We had to make our own toys, and
Yes,
now they
yeah.
got so many things, you know,
Yes.
and so, like, you know, and we appreciated it. The appreciation was much more valued in our days, in my younger days. Nowadays they'll get something, it'll break, and then they'll say, oh well, I'll just get another one. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But not us. We try to fix it,
Yes.
because it meant a lot to us, you know.
That's
and,
why
and,
you're so talented with your hands, yeah?
and so, and it's because of the upbringing. And my grandfather he was a man of few words, but when he said something, it meant something, and very deep. Yeah, so I learned that from him. We'd go down to the ocean side beach, and in the evening when the sun is setting, and he'd be like this with his thumb and like this, and just standing with his thumb in his mouth, and I would say, Grandpa, a penny for your thoughts. He'll say, oh, you know, he'll say things like, oh, you know, your uncle, he has so many kids, and you got to help them, you know, and this and that. And I said, so how are you going to do that? And he says, well, I'll find out a way, and he did. You know, so, and he bought my uncle a new freezer, big freezer, because they go fishing, and they have to keep the food in there for all the kids, his kids, and bought him a new car. Another one bought a new. He'd find out the needs of his children, and he'd help them if they had a hard time. So that's where I learned that.
And you know, tell me about your personality development. Because of that, that's who you are today, right?
When I was young, I loved music. I always loved music, and so, but I never dreamt that I was going to be a singer.
A superstar.
Or entertainer. No, or an entertainer.
Yes.
Never in my life. I wanted to be a nun.
Oh my gosh.
Not none of this, none of that. A nun. I wanted to be a policewoman or a detective, and many things I wanted to be, and a missionary to help others. Yeah. And then, so what happened was I had a hard time in school, in high school. I'm not stupid. I was
Far
smart.
from
I could do the
stupid.
work. But because I had a hard time adjusting to the city life, because I come from the country.
Yes.
I mean, it's like you put a cat in a little, or an animal in a little burlap bag, and you just whack it against the wall a few times, and you let it out, and it goes like, where am I? You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's how I was when I moved to Honolulu, and it changed my whole life. Yeah, to see how they were living, and like, wow, you know, oh, look at the girls, they're so beautiful. They got makeup and everything, and they got nice clothes, you know, and everything. Yeah, and I had to work for all those things. We learned how to work to get what we need.
I'm going to ask you to hold that thought, because I want to come right back and go right into more about that personality development, because you have so much to share. Thank you for watching. Mahalo. Aloha, everyone. I cannot express how grateful I am and appreciate you watching us. So please continue to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and please make a lot of comments that you are watching, because I want to get to know each and every one of you. And also the Iwalani's website, the Iwalani Foundation website. Let's keep in touch. So again, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and also the Iwalani's website. Please, God bless and take care. And Formidabless, thank you for blessing us, making Auntie look nice. I'm actually 95, but I look 72, yeah? And so again, Formidabless, Iwalani's Foundation. Until we meet again, aloha, ahui ho, and be blessed and be healthy. Health is wealth. Aloha. Thank you very much. After talking with Melveen, wiping out the tears, and now I got to go put on my facelift cream again. But again, thank you for joining us, because I really want Melveen to share more about her stories, how she dealt with so many things, and also about health challenges as well.
Yeah, well, the health challenges. When I was young, I was about maybe 7 or 8 years old. I had a rheumatic fever, and I was in a coma for about three nights, and my aunt stayed with me, and those days the doctor came to the house, and I remember they packed me on ice.
Oh, wow.
When I woke up, it was raining. I remember it was raining. I didn't realize I was out for 3 days, and with a rheumatic fever. But anyway, I pulled through that. And then, of course, when I gave birth to my daughter, that was, I labored for 43 hours and had a
One and only
C-section.
child.
Yep, my one and only child, C-section, and the anesthesiologist didn't apply the whatever shot to make me numb, yeah? And my body felt everything. And I prayed.
You went natural.
And I prayed. No, I had a C-section.
Yeah,
So I felt the knife. I don't want to talk about that. I'm sorry, women out there. But anyway, but you know what? When she came out of my stomach, I was so happy because I wanted a girl. I mean, I wanted anything, but a girl. I was crocheting everything pink. I was buying everything pink. I prayed to God for a girl, and I got a girl. But anyway, that was another time. And then I had ulcers while I was pregnant to her, bleeding ulcers. And I was performing at I had to do a show, a big show with one of these head comedians from the mainland. He was a big name, I forgot his name. Anyway, at the Blaisdell Arena. So I had to, I got out of my hospital bed, got on my gown, and I was vomiting a lot, yeah? And I was still pregnant, yeah? I went on stage and I sang for all those people in that arena. Went back, threw up again, came back out again, smiled, did another song.
The show goes
And then
on.
I went right back to my hospital bed at Straub.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
So I'm a fighter.
Yes, you are.
And you have to, all you women out there, you gotta be a fighter. Don't give up, you know? If you fall down, pick yourself, dust up and say, okay, world, here I come again. You know what I mean? Whether it's good or bad, do it anyway. And God forbid, I've had many falls.
I remember stories that you would tell me, and I would be scared. I would be scared of you because when people would, they look at her and she goes, what? Like that.
No, I don't do that.
No, but
Maybe when I was younger. No, but then I of course developed leukemia, which I didn't know that I had, and then it was kind of, my white cells were getting really sky high, and so doctor said, well, you know, and I said, well, so what are we gonna do? So he gave me a infusion. I got very, very ill.
I remember.
Oh, I was really sick, and then I went into remission. And then it came back again recently. So they're trying the pills now. So the pills are much better. I can handle that.
Well, we prayed so hard for you,
Oh,
Mel.
thank you, I know. And thank you everybody for the prayers. And the thing is now, the pills, it attacks my body, but I don't care. I'd rather have that than an infusion, yeah, and being nauseous all the time. I have an appetite, I can live my life normally, you know. And although but my doctor told me I have to take these pills for the rest of my life. I don't mind, I really don't mind.
You know, you have such a positive attitude, and I think that's the reason why people love you so much. You're so generous with everything that you do. Maybe your jewelry, your food, your music, your singing, because it's all therapeutic, if you will. You do so much for the women of Hawaii. Your clothesline, I call it clothesline because you'll take something, you'll cut it all up, and it's all about you. I mean, you know.
Okay, reinventing ourselves, right? Okay, women, I'm going to give you some good pointers, especially those over 50 or 60, okay? In your closet, look in your closet. If you got any jumpsuits, yeah, this was a jumpsuit, a long jumpsuit. I cut it up to here to dress, what do you call this, mid-length, mid-length pants. These are culottes, pants rather. So I cut it, and with that, I made this shawl, and I just put it around and tied it over here, pinned here so it doesn't go off, yeah? And that's what I have on, see?
One of a kind.
Yeah, just get your old clothes and redo it, you know, cut it and take off the sleeves if you have to, and make a halter. Halters are always in, you know. And for jewelry, see, and with the pieces from they had a little, I don't know why they had that bow over here to do things tight. I cut it off and I put it on my bracelets so it can match my outfit and my jewelry. And I redo my jewelry all the time. These are ni'ihau shells. And they were given to me. It's very special by my ni'ihauan relatives, ohana, on ni'ihau. And they presented it to me in Kauai when I was performing on stage. 3 knee-length lace, all pikake
wow.
sewn. And I was so thrilled to death. And it's been years, and I kept it, and I never wore it, you know what I mean? And then the thread all kind of went, you know, so I got fishing wire
suji,
and
yeah.
suji, and not suji. It's really like a thread.
Oh,
but
wow.
it's very strong. Can bring in a big marlin, if you want, you know. And so I sewed it all up. I watched it to see how it was done on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And then I sewed all my leaves back again. And then so this is about the 3rd time I'm restringing all of this. And so I change the designs all the time to how I want it to be. and my earrings. And I have 2 holes in my ears, so I use both of them, yeah? And so all your jewelry, just take it all apart and restring it again. Go to Walmart, go to Ben Franklin, you know, and do these things. Now, as far as clothes are concerned, yeah. Pareos, you can do a lot with pareos, and you can wear it over your shoulder or one side. It'll be really sexy. And they have even shawls that are see-through.
Yes.
Really beautiful, yeah. And go to Amazon. Oh, yeah. I'm an Amazon queen. Okay, so I buy some of my beads and my expensive beads and stuff. I buy it.
And your crystals.
Yeah. And I use
so
only Swarovski.
Yes.
Because Swarovski shines, and it lasts a long time, and it's expensive, but it's worth it. And it sparkles during the day, yeah, as well as night. Another thing I want to talk about is the makeup.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Okay, of course you have to take care of your skin, and of course you have good products like these, which is really good, you know, so I thank you for this. Thank you. Okay, next time you see me, I'm gonna look like your daughter. Okay, but anyway, you gotta take care of your skin. Everybody asks me, what do you use? I said, well, I wash my face. With exfoliant. It has to be, for me, it has to be exfoliant in the soap, because all those little, like sand, it's like sand, and you can feel it in your skin, and you know it's going to be really clean, yeah? And so I do that, and they say moisturizer, but I don't need moisturizer in a way because my skin is so oily, yeah? And so, but with the makeup, I use IT Cosmetic. I use whatever is good in the market. Don't have to be only one brand. If it's good for your skin, use it, yeah? And you know, in my case, you know, if I'm very particular. Never leave the house without looking good from head to toe. Look like you just stepped out of the shower. Even if you go to your mailbox and get the mail, you never know who's peeking through their window.
Uncle George
know?
taught us. The show goes on the minute you walk out of your front door. It's showtime.
Exactly, it is showtime. And so when I make myself up, you know, and everything, and we go out, I feel good. You know what I mean? And I know, and especially being a celebrity as myself,
yes.
I have to really be careful because people look up to us and they take advice from us, you know. Make your nails, have a pedicure, and treat yourself to your manicure and pedicure. Hide your nails. And then you don't make it look like you were in a taro patch all day, you know what I mean?
Like me.
Like Iwalani. Yeah. But you have to take care of it, and of course you have to eat. I eat everything. I mean, I'm so fortunate that I enjoy food. Yeah, I really do, and I eat what I can, but to a minimum. Yeah, you don't want to over indulge, yeah, in your food, and eat healthy if you can. Yeah, I should talk. Yeah, I eat everything that comes into my mouth.
That's the reason why I don't want to disclose her age, but you know,
that's okay. You can tell them. I don't care.
We're going to celebrate you in a year or two. She'll be 80.
Next year, I'll be 80.
Oh my gosh. No, see? And she's an epitome of good health, of beauty, just everything. But you know, Mel, it's not only that you're beautiful outside. The bottom line, you're so beautiful inside. And that's what it compliments. You know, people, when, you know, she's a no-nonsense person. And it's all about being great within, yeah, beautiful within and out. I mean, there's women that are born beautiful, but if your ano or your puwai, your heart or your inside is not nice and it's negative, then you start deteriorating. So please remember that, to always be nice and kind to many people. And with that, I'm going to leave you with that thought, because we're going to come right back. Aloha, I'm going to share with you what has happened to me in the past 2.5 years since I haven't seen you. Well, you know, I have a torn meniscus, as well as my knees are all inflamed with arthritis. I am in excruciating pain, but again, that we talked about is attitude and being healthy the best way we can. I really want to give a shout out to the doctor, Aries Oda. He's in Ala Moana on the 8th floor, that's doing laser treatment for me because I refuse to go under the knife. But again, keep me in prayers as I'll keep you in prayers. And again, thank you so much, Dr. Aries Oda, for all the laser treatment so I can be pain-free. Aloha, mahalo, ahui ho. Thank you. You know, I talked about being beautiful inside and out. Melveen, you've been around the world. You've been around so many people. What's your take on that? Because I know you have a lot to share.
I have met everything from A to Z, all kinds of personalities. But you know what I learned? When you meet someone that's ugly, I'm not talking about facial or feature attitude. It's the attitude. Or dig deeper. go there and dig deeper, there's some kind of kindness in them. They can't be all that bad, you know what I mean? Unless, of course, there are cases, very seldom do I come across people like that. And I have before, you know, and I tell you, I've had so many incidents where I did help a lot of people, and I'm sure you have too. You
Well,
know?
the problem is that you do help. It's not a problem because you find that and you make them dig. I mean, you go to it, and that's a gift, man. Not everybody can do that, but you do that for so many.
I'm a very spiritual person.
Yes, you are.
You know, and I really believe that God is, you know, He's my light and He's my breath. You know, and everything that I do is really not me. It's Him. Yeah, I give all glory to Him. I really do. And if I make a mistake, He'll show me the way. Yeah. There's never a time before I get in my car and I say, Jesus, take the wheel.
Yes.
You know, it's like that.
Oh,
Jesus,
you're gonna
take
make
my
me
life.
cry. My lashes gonna pop.
Jesus, take my life. Take my life. Show me the way.
Yes.
And I always tell the younger generation, especially if someone gives you a bad time and they're ugly and they get into your path, you look for another new path. God gives you another path. Just turn around, go into that new path. Let them. If you can't handle them, let them handle themselves. They'll be okay.
Yes.
Just go in that new path, and it's waiting for you, and invent. And build memories and build good memories in your life. You know what I mean?
believe that because nowadays, you know, when people are ugly to you, you want to be ugly back, and that's what escalates. And
That
that's the
doesn't
reason why
help
we
at
have
all.
so much
It
hate
escalates.
in this world
Exactly.
today.
Yeah.
And exactly what you're saying,
Yeah.
you know, don't let them bully you to be ugly because they are. What you do is that just malama and just say, you know, I forgive you, that famous F word, forgiveness, and just say, okay, you've done things to me, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to allow you to take my joy.
Well, they're not feeding you. They're not, you know, they're not, you know, really, they're not your parent, and they're not the one responsible for you breathing.
Yes.
So why should you worry about that? You know,
That's
just worry about what can I do to have a good day today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you know what?
Yes.
Speaking of that, I would like to tell you about something that I started. You know that because you're a member.
Yes.
Okay. In 2019, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, right before the pandemic.
Yes.
I founded this organization. I thought, one day I sat and I said, how can I help women? Because I've met so many women with problems, yeah? Wow, what can I do for all these women, these troubled women, especially those my age and those that don't have husbands and they lost their husbands or they're divorced or they've been abused or those that are happy yet.
Yes,
It doesn't
yes.
matter, not only the abuse or it's the other side too, the good, and they need more excitement in their lives and how can we, and then this silver, I saw the picture in this little, I was actually surfing on my iPad and I saw this silver fox and I went, good grief. Yeah, silver fox. I started to get white hair.
Me too. We did
Yeah.
it together.
Yeah, we did it together, yeah.
Because we decided we're not going to
Yeah.
dye our hair anymore.
Yeah, we're not gonna dye our hair anymore.
Because we both were we both were
Yes,
sick, and we
yes.
just said, you know, forget it. We are what
Yeah.
we are. Not going to
Yes.
look at our hair, dyed or not
Uh-huh.
dyed. Look at our heart.
Take us as we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Take us as we are. And so anyway, I told her about it. I started going in my studio and I started to get the names of the women that I remembered with white hair. And even in the market, I would go up to women, would you like to be a member of, you know, I did. And they said, what? I said, our purpose is actually to get together, first of all, a camaraderie, to form a camaraderie and to be together and to share our mana'o, our knowledge, our stories, our recipes, our craft, experience, you know, talents and our talents and to laugh and to cry and just to be together.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, what I liked about, you know, your silver fox, because it's what we are. Women warriors with wisdom from
Yes.
around the world.
Yes.
And when you sing every Sunday,
Yes.
I mean, I
Oh,
look
yeah.
at your numbers, thousands.
And they want
are
to
watching.
join. I'll
Yeah.
let them join. And I'll
Yes.
tell you why I'll let them join. Because when we get together, I'm going to take my iPad, I'm going to put you on Zoom
Yeah.
or whatever and let you see us and meet everybody. You know what I mean? And so we're called the Wahine Silver Fox Elite Club of Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you want to join, you you don't have to be all silver. You can have gray hair and a little bit, yeah, but you gotta let it go and let yourself, you know, because you're beautiful.
That's right.
You know,
Let
you're
yourself
beautiful. Remember that.
shine.
Yeah, let yourself shine. And just contact me at melveenleed.com or on Facebook. If you see my ad, go in there and I need a photo of you and your email. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'll let you know. And what we do is we gather at some restaurant I'll go to any restaurant that can fit all of us, and I'll say, hey, I'm going to give you business today. I mean, so-and-so day. And they'll say, why, how? And I say, I'm going to bring all these women. We're all going to have lunch at your place. See, we have no fees. We have no dues. We don't have any officers in the Silver Fox Club. Nope, everybody is equal.
That's right.
Yeah, and so we go in there, and everybody, only thing is you pay for your own lunch and your drinks.
Yeah. And we laugh like crazy. We have fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay for Iwalani because she can eat.
Oh, yeah. We traveled and she goes, oh my gosh, you can eat, you know.
Yeah.
I know, well, that's why I look like this and she looks like that.
Yeah.
Formidabless, thank you so much for just honoring me and being here in the garden that we can start our second season. Now, thank you for coming. You were my last and now you're my first and always have been. For the Iwalani Foundation about the women warriors of Hawaii with wisdom. And Mel has so much wisdom and she shared with people around the world in her many travels. She has so much. Look her up. Honestly, I am so blessed. Thank you for the gift.
Oh, you're welcome. See, and I want you to know this vase, every shell that I put in, because I lived in Tahiti for 9 years and I collected a lot of shells. I came home with 3 large bins full of shells when we could bring it in before. And I had friends. Okay. And they helped me bring this thing. Anyway, with every shell I put on, every ornament that I put on, I pray. There's a prayer, a lot of prayers on this vase. I just want you to know that. And there was one more thing that I wanted to tell you. I'm so glad that you're doing this, Iwalani. Go and get those women that you feel need to share their stories because they are waiting for you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your doing this, thank you so much. Mahalo Nui Loa.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you, Mel, for coming. This is not called a vase, it is called a vase.
A vase. Yes. Again, one more time.
Okay.
A vase.
So from all of us
Yes.
to you, aloha.
Aloha.
And thank you for Formidabless for blessing us.
Yes.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.